Today, on Be Something Wonderful, Eureka, this first principle of manifesting makes you giddy. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Here we are with another powerful video in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon, Vietnam, and I want to talk about an email that I received, I think yesterday, and then about a session that I had early this morning. And I want to talk about the contrast in both of these things. Here, I want to start with this email. This comes from a client that I probably had 2 sessions with, but she's a powerful creator. I mean, she really gets it. And here's what she said: Eureka, I've been meditating, listening to you and other spiritual teachers, and seeing the most wonderful manifestations in my life. I can only describe my demeanor as giddy. My kids who follow you are thriving. I'm free. I'm only concerned with maintaining my relationship with my core being. In other words, her I am, right? Her SP, she's referring to her SP, is no longer my priority. I am free. I am free. And she went on to mention all these things that have been happening in her life. Plus, men flirting with her. I mean, she's got all options are open. And this really is in contrast to a session they had this morning, another powerful creator, but he felt like there's something missing, right? He listed all the processes, including Dr. Joe's meditation, which is really powerful, and all these other things that he's been doing. But he goes, I don't know what to do from here, right? And this had to do with a manifesting his ex-wife back, right, into his life. And what a contrast. Because really, there's nothing to do but claim that be still and know, be still. That's what Neville Goddard called the first principle. I want to hit this today. And we've talked about this idea, but notice that she's in that state of knowing that I amness, claiming I am. Not even really conditioning it, just developing that relationship with their core being, that I am. Versus the other one who had all these processes, which nothing is wrong with any of those processes. They're all powerful. From the affirmations to the meditations that he was doing, all are good. But he's creating a reality of thinking or feeling and seeing something missing. And you can only keep looking if you feel something's missing, right? Where we talked about this morning, just move to the absolute conviction and assumption that it's done. There is nothing missing. I am. When you say the words I am, you are complete. You are more than complete. There's nothing that could ever possibly be missing from I am. It's total unity. It's absolute. So I really want to hit this today and more. So this is what Neville Goddard says, and I love this quote. If you dare to assume you are what you want to be, your inner conviction, your feeling of certainty will bring it to pass. Here Neville again defines what that feeling of wish fulfilled is. Because I know I've received a couple questions from subscribers and clients on, Tom, what if I never experienced what I desire? How am I supposed to conjure the feeling? Remember, the feeling of fulfillment is a certainty, a conviction that it's already yours. There's no certain way you have to feel except absolute conviction that it's yours. You may be uncertain or doubt who. This is another thing that Neville says. I'm paraphrasing it, but he talks about this. You may be uncertain or doubt what, who, or where you are, but you can never doubt I am. Hear this. You might doubt who you are, where you are, what you have, but you can never doubt when you say those words, when you think about those words, when you assume those words, I am. You believe it. It's absolute certainty that you exist and will continue to exist. When you say I am, here lies the secret. This is really what the old text called the ancient secret, right? The arcane text. You exist, you'll always exist. Herein lies all power, all knowing, all conviction, right? Neville refers to this as the first principle. So let's really hit this. And this will make you giddy. When in doubt, This first principle is be still and know that I am God. No matter what happens, turn within and be still. Know that your awareness is God and that all things are possible to you. Neville got it. Right? Calls this the first principle. Call it the sponsoring assumption. Right? As Neil Donald Walsh in Conversations with God talks about sponsoring thought. Right? What sponsors all other thought, what drives all other thought, love or fear. This is total love. Be still and know that love. Be still and know that awareness. Be still and know that your consciousness. I am is the feeling of fulfillment. I want to hit this because we keep searching for that feeling and then you feel like you're out of the feeling of fulfillment. You can't be out of I am. You can be a lot of things, but I am is always true. Right? I am is the conviction. It is fulfillment. It is the certainty that you already are and already have that which you desire. There's nothing to do. Just be. Be that I am. Like that my client that wrote to me. Right? Even her kids are thriving and following. I love it. We are kid friendly here. So I want to hit this. You, by your conscious assumptions, determine the nature of the world in which you live. Neville got it. So what's the key assumption? What's the mother, as one of my clients called it today? Tom, it's the mother of all assumptions. I get it. That was another session I had, right? Where his life's taking off. It's starting to thrive in every area. He goes, it's the mother of all assumptions that I am. I really finally understand what let go and let God and be still and I am really means, right? So this other client, to contrast, what's missing? Nothing but the persistent assumption that I am. That's the only thing missing. We really got it today in that session. Nothing's missing. The mother of all assumptions, sponsoring thought or assumption, feeling of fulfillment, unity, conviction, gratitude, certainty is I am. It's that I am. It will always be complete. That's why God said to Moses, I am that I am. It's that I am. There's only that I am. Right? The mother of all assumptions. It's the sponsoring thought or the mother of all assumptions or sponsoring assumption. It's the feeling of fulfillment. It's unity. It's conviction. It's gratitude. When you're in I am, you're feeling gratitude. You're not feeling anything else but that fulfillment of gratitude, right? For just being. It's the certainty, right? It's the open secret that these ancient texts talked about, right? It's you are the all. You are the absolute. It's open because I am was never hidden from you. Right? Do you get it? This is what my client, the one I wrote in an email, is experiencing. On every level of her life, she went through a list of things that are just happening and falling on her lap. And again, the only relationship that matters. We talk about, I think one of you wrote that one of your friends blocked you on Twitter. Remember, none of that stuff matters. What matters is the relationship between you and you. The 3D you, the personality in that greater you. Take care of that relationship. Bond with that I am. And everything else will be added on to you. That's what we're talking about. That's the Eureka. That's the first principle of manifesting that makes you giddy. I am makes you giddy. Remember, Neville didn't call it the first principle for nothing. Right? Be still and know I am God. Nothing more powerful. That's the mother of all assumptions. Right? That's what changes your world, right? It changes the way you look at it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for following the videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for joining the membership channel. Don't forget we have a Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. We also have Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, or just go to our website anytime at tomkearin.com or besomethingwonderful.com. We're moving on tomorrow morning to the Mekong Delta, and so I'm going to be broadcasting from there. And so more videos coming, more content coming as we're on the move once again. This is Tom with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude. See you soon.